About 11:30 this morning, we arrested a 68-year-old man in relation to 7 incidents that occurred between February 1980 and July 1985. These incidents include 4 murders and a number of attempted murders. There will be 32 charges laid against that individual, including 4 murder charges. This arrest resulted from a tenacious, very persistent investigation that goes back to early 2012, but in reality goes back 30 years to the 1980s. The tenacity of the detectives involved, the professionalism and commitment that's been shown by the team led by Detective Inspector Pam Young has been outstanding, and even though it's very early in the process, I have to commend them and say I'm very proud of the work that the Unsolved Homicide team have done. And there is a message here: if you have been involved or you have information about a murder that may be historic, you need to realise the door will never be closed on a murder investigation. It will always be there, and you need to come forward if you have any information. The evidence that we've gathered includes significant new evidence, historic evidence that has been enhanced using technology that was probably not available 30 years ago, witness evidence that is historic, as well as new witnesses evidence. When you add it all up, we felt and we feel that we have a very strong case, and we'll be proceeding with the charges today, as I mentioned.
As the Deputy said, we anticipate laying a total of 32 charges today. I'll quickly go through those charges if I can. That would be 4 counts of murder relating to the murders of Stephen Blanchard in 1980, Justice David Opus in 1980, Mrs Pearl Watson in 1984, and Mr Graham Wykes in 1985. Attempted murder, 2 counts of destroy or damage building by explosive with intent to murder, 2 counts of maliciously cause explosive substance to explode with intent to do grievous bodily harm, 2 counts of blow up building, thereby endangering life, 3 counts of place gunpowder near building with intent to injure, 2 counts of place gunpowder near building with intent to damage, 2 counts of break, enter and commit felony in house of worship, blow up building whereby life endangered, and 13 counts of burn or maim by maliciously exploding another substance.
These crimes instilled a great deal of fear, particularly for those people who worked in and around the family law courts around that time. With today's arrest, we can't forget the people that lost their lives, and I want to mention them by name because today is about them. It's about those people. Mr Stephen Blanchard, Justice David Opus, Mrs Pearl Watson, and Mr Graham Wykes. There are many other people who suffered during that time and continue to suffer today and carry the scars of those crimes. We haven't forgotten about those people.
This investigation commenced over 3 years ago by the Unsolved Homicide team. We have worked and built on the outstanding investigations conducted by our predecessors over 30 years ago. As many of you would be aware, these crimes were subject of a joint New South Wales Police Force, Australian Federal Police task force that lasted over 5 years, and we have built on the work that they've done, and I want to commend those investigators from over 30 years ago who were some of the best that we've had, and I'm glad to say that their work has been followed through by some of the best we have now.
But today is an opportunity for those who were reluctant to come forward beforehand, for whatever reason, to come forward now. Today is an opportunity for you to think about what you may have that is important to this investigation. We shouldn't let this happen again, and today's result is for everyone that participated all those years ago and who continue to carry those scars. If you have that information, please contact Crime Stoppers. People are waiting to hear from you now.